You wake up, put on your Ray-Ban Meta glasses. You're living all in. You realize you need coffee. So you say,
"Hey, Meta, how do I make a latte?"
Brew 2 shots of espresso.
After Meta AI gets you caffeinated, you're ready for some beats.
"Hey, Meta, play hip-hop music."
You head to meet some friends, but can't remember the place.
"Hey, Meta, call Eva."
Ray-Ban Meta glasses, the next generation of AI glasses. Just say, "Hey, Meta," to harness the power of Meta AI. Shop now at meta.com/smartglasses.
Make someone's holiday unforgettable with a Vizio 50-inch 4K Smart TV, now just $238 at Walmart. Experience stunning clarity that brings movie marathons to life like never before. With Watch Free Plus built in, enjoy free live and on-demand TV right out of the box. Plus, stream all your favorite holiday songs with the iHeartRadio app. Whether it's a gift for a friend or an upgrade to your own setup, this 4K TV offers impressive features that still fit your holiday budget. Don't wait. Get your Vizio 50-inch 4K Smart TV at Walmart for just $238 today.
Deciding on what to listen to is hard. Using Zumo to stream music from iHeart 90s radio is easy. Or play iHeart Country or Hip Hop Beats. Your choice, all for free. Stream easy with Zumo Play. Get live and on-demand entertainment with no logins, no signups, no accounts, no hassle. This December, get cozy on the couch with Charlie's Angels starring Drew Barrymore, Lucy Liu, Cameron Diaz, and Looper starring Bruce Willis and Emily Blunt. All streaming free on Zumo Play. Go to play.zumo.com now. Life is hard. Zumo is easy.
KFI AM 640. It's Later with Mo Kelly. We are live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app, and it's the last Friday of the year, the last weekend of the year. What a year it's been. No, I don't mean in a glorious way. I mean that in a tumultuous way. What a year it's been. And next year we start all over. We'll have a new president, a new administration, a new Congress. Who knows where that will lead? We'll have new movies to critique and, of course, criticize. Mark Ronner, good evening, Mark Ronner. He will have new Ronner reports about them and new TV shows you can best believe. And KFI will have a new sound to a certain degree. I never really addressed it prior, and probably it was for the best that I didn't. But I will say this. We lost a lot of friends here at KFI. We lost a lot of colleagues here at KFI due to internal changes. Yeah, that's what I'll call it. Internal changes this year. It was painful and, quite frankly, miserable for many of us. I won't lie. I won't get into the specifics, but I will say that. It's been different for you, and it's been different for all of us. 2024 in totality likely won't go down as one of the best years ever. I remember some decades ago, I was given this book by the author Spencer Johnson. It was titled, Who Moved My Cheese? It was not very long, not very complicated book, and honestly, not all that revelatory. But it reminded me, and it reminded anyone who reads it, that change in every facet of our lives is inevitable, as they say. From loss of job to maybe loss of a loved one, or on the other end of the spectrum, maybe you're a new parent this year or a newlywed this year. In any event, 2025 is probably not going to feel a lot like 2024, or hopefully it won't. And you know what? That's okay. Because if you can hear me right now, let's say you're listening in your car or listening at home on iHeartRadio app, maybe with a beverage in your hand. But if you can hear me right now, you're doing a lot better than many who are no longer here with us. 2024 was a difficult year. I think we all can agree. And that's probably why I always wanted this show, Later with Mo Kelly, to sound a bit different than other things that I've done in the past or even other things that I do right now. And I want it to sound different from maybe other shows that you hear. I wanted the show to feel more like a warm hug at the end of a long day, more so than a shove in the back. More like conversation around the dinner table or at the bar. Jack and Coke, please. And feel less like a list of everything that we hate about this state or this country. Yes, we all have our complaints, but this is about the feeling of this show. I know I tend to get philosophical at the end of each year, so please bear with me. At the end of each year, just in case you don't remember or you've never heard me say this, I take stock of myself and I take stock of my place in the world. All of us have one less year left here on this earth. None of us are guaranteed to even make it to 2025, much less 2026, if I'm being honest. But I do want to be mindful of whether I'm doing, this is about me at the moment, whether I'm doing anything with this time I have left other than just getting older. My New Year resolution is always the same and has been the same for maybe 20 years or more, with slight variations or points of emphasis. And it's simply like this. Just be a little better. Be a little kinder. Be a little more patient. Eat a little better. Exercise more. Be more attentive as a husband, as a stepfather, as a son, a brother. Because I believe that if I do that each and every year, as an aggregate, the sum total, I'll be a far better person eventually, at least later in life than I was earlier in life. That's all I can really ask for. If I am the same person in terms of faults and impatience and all the things that I'm just not willing to talk about on the air, which are negative, and I'm not demonstrating consistent improvement and growth, I feel I've been wasting my time. In fact, not only have I been wasting my time, but I've been wasting the time of people who have poured into me over the years. I would be wasting your time. People who've counseled me over the years, people who've supported me, written letters of recommendation for me, people who've prayed for me, listened to me like you right now, people who've shared a kind word about me to someone else. The very least I can do is be better tomorrow than I was today. And that's not always easy. In fact, I think there are a lot of times where I'm not a better person now than I was years ago. There's plenty for me to improve in 2025. But hopefully, in the long view of things, I will eventually be the person I should have been all along if I stick to it and do what I'm supposed to do from year to year to year. Growth and improvement is not a singular event. It's the totality of all that we put into it, or at least that's how I approach it. This is what was taught to me, and I try to keep passing it on to younger people. There's no guarantee that just because you get older, and we all will be getting older, we're getting deader. But there's no guarantee that just because we're all getting older, we're getting wiser. There's no guarantee that just because you get older, life has something waiting for you, or that you deserve something later just because you managed not to die. If you're 20 to 25 years old right now and hearing this, you will be amazed at what your 40s and 50s can look like if you manage to put this to use. I swear by it. If I can give any young people any salient advice, it's this. You start when you're 20 to 25, almost like, your 401k. If you start when you're 20 to 25, you'll have a great retirement fund later on. Think of this as your life retirement fund. Later with Mo Kelly has now completed, believe it or not, 2 years on KFI. And it has been, without exaggeration, without exception, the very best 2 years of my professional life. And here's why. It's because of people like Tawala Sharp, producer, who could see the bigger picture, the bigger radio picture, when people kept telling us there was no picture at all to see. It's because of people like Mark Ronner, who, though I tease incessantly, fundamentally knows that he is my brother until the wheels fall off. It's because of people like Stefan, who tries every single night to make this show as funny, crazy, and enjoyable as possible. A lot of which you don't see, a lot of which you who may be listening don't even know. But I know he does all these things going over and above when it's not even in his job description. But most importantly, Later with Mo Kelly has become a thing, as they say, because of you listening right now. Because of you telling someone else to listen. Because of you calling in each and every Friday night for Name That Movie Called Classic, even if you didn't eventually get through. Here's the truth. I'm just a regular guy living his best life, living the dream, and it just so happens that it's happening in real time and happening publicly for all of you to see and hear. 2 years, and there were many who said that this show wouldn't last 2 months. No joke. In fact, that there were many rooting against me and rooting against this. So although 2024 was without a doubt quite difficult for all of us, I'm joyful at the prospect of what 2025 stands to be. Just wanted to thank you, those who are listening. Wanted to say thank you, those who make this show happen, like Tuwala, Mark, and Stefan, the later crew. And I wanted to say thank you to KFI for keeping this train running on time. Because year 3 is going to be even more magical. Now, let's listen back to some of the very best of 2024 and later with...
Head over to NFLshop.com for the largest collection of officially licensed gear from all your favorite brands. NFL Shop is your ultimate gifting destination for jerseys, t-shirts, headwear, and more. Take your game day style to the next level with the best selection of NFL gear anywhere. Show off your team pride this holiday season with styles fit for the whole family. To shop now, go to NFLshop.com.
Make someone's season unforgettable with the Vizio 40-inch FHD Smart TV. Now just $148 at Walmart. Movie night just got better with stunning full HD clarity. Plus, enjoy Watch Free Plus right out of the box with over 300 channels of live and on-demand entertainment, all for free. And when you're in the mood for music, just fire up the iHeartRadio app. Whether it's a gift for someone special or a treat for yourself, this TV makes upgrading a breeze. Don't wait. Head to Walmart and grab the Vizio 40-inch FHD Smart TV for just $148 today.
Take a deep dive into the stories making the news headlines across the world.
The news agents.
We're not just here to tell you what's happening, but why. From me, Emily Maitlis.
And me, John Sopel.
With Global's award-winning podcast, The News Agents, dropping daily, covering everything you need to know about politics and current affairs.
And The News Agents USA.
Listening to The News Agents on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search The News Agents to start listening.
Mo Kelly.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Ooh, Later with Mo Kelly on KFI AM 640.
Mr. Mo Kelly here. Let's go back in history. It's customary that every Friday we usually get food for everyone in the studio. One week it may be Thai food, another week Panda Express, another week KFC. You get the idea. The understanding is someone on the later crew has to make the order. I don't do that. I pick up the tab. It's real simple. Don't come to me asking what we collectively are getting to eat. That's for everyone else to decide. Again, that's not my job. Come to me when you need my card, okay? Call me Daddy Warbucks, whatever. I'm the underwriter. That's my job. On one particular occasion, and in fact, I think this was the first and the last time we let Mark Ronner order any of our food. Mark ordered pizza. Seems safe, right? Well, Mark took it upon himself to get a whole pizza with black olives on it. He will never live that down, and we will never let him order food again. So whenever we refer to Mark Ronner and black olives, here is why. Mark got us all pizza last week.
Here comes the but.
No, there's no but.
No.
That's very generous.
And the pizza had black olives on them.
Yes, and you made the decision.
Didn't tell anybody. Said, I'm buying it. Well, hell, it's going to be like black olives and mushrooms.
Well, no, in my defense, I just said, hey, just give me a combo, an extra large combo. I just figured it'd be whatever. Now, but the thing is, there was pizza left over at the end of the night, and usually pizza around here gets hoovered up like a mound of Coke in one of your old strip clubs. But there was pizza left over, and I thought that was very suspicious. So I asked Tuwala on the way out, hey, you get enough to eat?
Mark?
And then it's like, time for the talk.
Yeah.
Mark,
Oh, yeah.
Brothers don't do Coke at the strip clubs.
I'm so sorry.
And we don't do olives.
Well,
on pizza. Two things we don't do.
We don't. Brothers, there are probably some, but by and large, we're not down with the black olives. I know that's racist.
Am I
to
the
say.
only person who didn't know this?
Maybe. And I had to have a talk with her. I said, hey, Mark, hey, brother, hey, man, look, man, I love you, man. Like, that was really, really solid that you brought that. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you the truth.
Friend to friend.
Friend to friend. The only way Mo was able to eat that, he was in there picking off every single olive.
Okay.
Tiffany was like, nah, I'm good, period. I just couldn't do it at all because to me, it's going to have the olive aftertaste. I love you, man, but just that's a no.
I've never heard this before.
Mark, don't you know just the pizza ordering etiquette? When in doubt, get a half this and a half that. Get a half cheese and a half pepperoni. Get a half pineapple and a half black olive. You can do it that way. Get a half mushroom and get a half combo. Doesn't matter. Just get a half and a half.
I'm just saying that this is not common knowledge. I think I am as well informed as anybody who's not Quentin Tarantino. I didn't know this.
Hey,
Stefan, do you like black olives?
I don't prefer them, but like it's not a big deal on the pizza. But I also learned that today too.
Okay, but see. Okay,
Yeah.
no, look.
There
You
you
got
go.
Mark and Stefan. They're both white. They don't mind the black olives.
We are. Wait a second. A couple of weeks ago, you said I was part black. Are
I
you
said you
revoking?
are.
Are you revoking that
No,
now? Because I've been telling a lot of people.
You're included now.
I've been telling everybody. If
But
you're going to take
keep
it back,
if you keep sending black olives, you bet your part black ass I will. I will
Mark,
take it back.
If you ever bring potato salad with black olives,
Or raisins?
no. I hate raisins. Raisins are of the devil. I despise raisins.
I can just tell you, you do not do that. You don't show up to any black household, to any cookouts with any dish with black olives. So I tell you, they're going to look at you,
Not
Mark.
in the green ones.
So suddenly I'm this guy now.
By the way, I would have voted for Obama for a third term if I could. Best president in my lifetime, hands down.
Yeah, so I'm that guy now? because
Are you? Do you have like a vacation house and you're inviting brothers over to get like, their minds taken from them?
Vacation house? I don't even have a 4-room house, Mr. Kane. I have nothing. Thank you.
All righty.
I'm just saying you blindsided me with this. I'm happy to accommodate you guys.
Blindside? What do you think we thought when the black olives was just staring at us? I was hungry. I was ready to eat. I opened the top like, this motherfucker did not.
Okay, now I know. It'll never happen again, okay?
You're damn right it'll never happen again. That's why, see, that's what you get. That it must have been. I must have intentionally not invited you to my house because I knew black olives.
Now
were in
it
my
all
future.
comes out.
I said it.
All the resentment
I said
comes
it.
out now.
I said it.
Glad we could air this out on the air.
Well, since you're part black, this is called playing the dozens.
Okay. Well, my notebook's getting thicker and thicker.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Oh, later with Mo Kelly on KFI AM 640.
We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Shōgun is set in Japan in the year 1600 at the dawn of a civil war. Lord Toranaga is fighting for his life as his enemies on a council of regents unite against him. But when a mysterious European ship is found marooned in a nearby fishing village, its English pilot, John Blackthorne, comes bearing secrets that could help Toranaga tip the scales of power. So sets the stage for Shōgun, created for television by Rachel Kondo and Justin Marks. What a pleasure to have on the show's creators this evening. Justin Marks first. Justin, thank you for coming on tonight.
Thanks for having us. We're really excited to talk about it.
And Rachel Kondo. Rachel, thank you for coming on as well.
Oh, thank you. This is exciting.
Rachel, let me start with you. I'm old enough to remember, and I say this as a bad thing, I'm old enough to remember the Shōgun miniseries of 1980 with Richard Chamberlain. how that was such a memorable event in television history. Was there any concern or caution on your part or Justin's part as far as what you created today being directly compared to the original, even though it was 44 years ago?
I think one of the slight advantages we had going into this project 5 years ago was that Justin and I are of the generation that had just missed both the book and the miniseries. We were fortunate to kind of grow up in the aftermath of its impact and its legacy, really. And so we came to it with fresh eyes. And I mean, we were aware of its legacy, but we were not formed and shaped within it. And so I think that was to our advantage because we came to it anew, and we wanted to look to it the way that a brand new audience would. So that was to our advantage, I think.
Justin, let me stay right there with that whole presentation aspect. Some may know you as writer of Disney's The Jungle Book and co-wrote Top Gun Maverick. I need not tell you that telling an episodic story on television is very different from a feature film. But when I was watching Shōgun, it felt like a movie broken up into parts. It's grand in its presentation. What were some of the challenges in presenting that level of quality or making it feel like a movie, even though it's not a movie?
I think the biggest challenge of that is exhaustion of making a show that takes 11 months to film in the way that this did, which is what it takes if you want something that feels truly like a cinematic event. You know, I think that for us, it's strange. It doesn't feel, it feels like as writers and in the writer's room with the rest of our team, we weren't trying to so much as make a 10-hour movie as we were really trying to tell 10 one-hour short stories, translated into a bigger story where every week what you get has a beginning, middle, and end. That's what makes TV so exciting, that, we can surprise you with a twist or anything else 10 different times over the course of the story. I think when you speak of this, how the show looks and the feeling of it, these days it's so hard to do something that's different from what's around you. And what we really, really felt strongly about is that if you're going to invest as an audience member 10 hours, over 10 weeks to watch this show, that we're going to take you somewhere you've never been before. We're going to take you to a place that has rules and an aesthetic that isn't just what we live in our everyday life. And we can change you with that. I mean, that's really our promise to the audience.
Rachel, beyond the setting and transporting the audience, this cast is something else. Hiroyuki Sanada never gets enough credit for anything he's in. He's eminently watchable, I would say. Anna Sawai, who people may know from Monarch Legacy of Monsters, is quality and a budding star. Talk to me about this fantastic cast.
Oh, I think you hit the nail on the head. I mean, this has been probably the biggest joy of getting to do this project was getting to work alongside these incredible filmmakers and storytellers. And we couldn't agree more. I mean, Hiroyuki Sanada is our Toranaga almost. It's difficult to kind of parse them out and separate them at this point in time. But it was part of the reason why it was so important to us to tell this story in the language that it was meant to be told in, which is Japanese, simply because it allowed Justin and the casting directors to find actors who not only spoke Japanese and English, but just the best actors, period. And so here we get introduced to actors like Hiroto Kamai and Moeka Hoshi and all these incredible actors who are probably better known in Japan. But now we get this chance to have a sampling of their vast talents.
Justin, I think anyone familiar with Shōgun knows that it's based on a book, and it tells the story of the close of the feudal era of Japan in 1600, the civil war between clans and the quest for power. But beyond that, what type of research did you have to do, or people did you employ to make sure it was as historically accurate as possible in its presentation on screen?
It was a small army of collaborators across many countries to bring this together. I mean, we had, not just our historical advisors or language advisors, but we also had movement advisors and costume advisors, art department, people who came in just specifically to tie the obies on these costumes, which is a skill that it takes a lifetime to really learn how to do well. And the purpose there was not just in sort of being respectful and doing it right, although that was tremendously important to us. It was also about, if we're going to do something that feels truly different, we have to be able to see it on that very detailed level and believe that what we're after is something that's true. I mean, we even spent hours debating the seating position of characters on this show, in terms of like how men and women sit and what is historically accurate versus spiritually authentic. This was a long debate to get to what you see on screen. Callum Puente, one of our producers and writers, she put together an instruction manual for this show that was almost as long as the book itself, almost 900 pages, that we use to build the show every single day, with pictures and diagrams and how to walk and how not to walk and how to bow and who to bow to. All of these things have to be charted and tracked for us. So yeah, it took a lot.
Do not be fooled by our politeness. Our bows are made of rituals. Death is in our air, and sea and earth. Just remember, we live and we die. We control nothing beyond that.
There's a saying out here, every man has three hearts. One in his mouth for the world to know. Another in his chest, just for his friends. And a secret heart, buried deep, where no one can find it. What kind of man wields power in a land like this? The one with the open, or the one you never see? When I die here, likely.
Rachel, given all that work that Justin just told us about, how is the series being received, or how has it been received in Japan right about now?
Oh, we are so excited to learn from our collaborators in Japan that people are liking it. People are enjoying, I think, the obvious effort that went into it. I think our Japanese collaborators are all incredibly gracious and generous with us. But I do think that what is particularly gratifying has been just how warm the reception has been in Japan. And that was one of the things that kind of worried us along the way, is trying to get it right for them.
Well, all I can say is, as someone who saw the original miniseries, and I've seen now this updated, more grand presentation of Shōgun in 2024, it is visually beautiful. It is authentic as best I can verify. It is an enjoyable experience. I salute you and celebrate both of you on your success. Justin Marks, Rachel Kondo, thank you so much for this fantastic miniseries, Shōgun, and thank you for all you do.
Thank you, Mo. Thanks for having us.
It's Later with Mo Kelly, KFI AM 640. We're live every.
Head over to NFLshop.com for the largest collection of officially licensed gear from all your favorite brands. NFL Shop is your ultimate gifting destination for jerseys, t-shirts, headwear, and more. Take your game day style to the next level with the best selection of NFL gear anywhere. Show off your team pride this holiday season with styles fit for the whole family. To shop now, go to NFLshop.com.
Light up your holidays with Vizio's 65-inch Quantum Smart TV, now just $449.99 at Target. Immerse yourself in a world of over 1 billion vibrant colors with quantum dot technology. Plus, wide viewing angle ensures everyone gets the perfect view during movie marathons, no matter where they sit. Stream your favorite festive songs from North Pole Radio using the built-in iHeartRadio app. But hurry, this deal won't last much longer. Give the gift of entertainment and get your Vizio 65-inch Quantum Smart TV for just $449.99 at Target today.
Take a deep dive into the stories making the news headlines across the world.
The news agents.
We're not just here to tell you what's happening, but why. From me, Emily Maitlis.
And me, John Sopel.
With Global's award-winning podcast, The News Agents, dropping daily, covering everything you need to know about politics and current affairs.
And The News Agents USA.
Listening to The News Agents on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search The News Agents to start listening.
We're on the iHeartRadio app.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
So Jimmy and his brother Solo Sikoa, the enforcer, to take on John Cena and LA Knight in this match tonight. I spoke to LA Knight earlier today. And he told me, guys, that this is indeed the biggest match of his life. The opportunity to team up with John Cena on this grand stage against the Bloodline. He understands what this means.
This truly has the potential to be a make-or-break matchup for LA Knight regarding the future of his WWE career. But it may be the hardest task of his entire life.
Anytime you get to team up with a GOAT, you're going to learn some stuff too. So whatever happens tonight is going to help LA Knight in the future. And we got a Cena start to this match, Cole.
16-time world champion. I've dubbed him the greatest of all time, and I firmly believe that. John Cena against Jimmy Uso of the Bloodline.
KFI AM 640. It's Later with Mo Kelly. We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. WWE's WrestleMania 41 is coming to Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas on April 19th and 20th, and tickets are available right now via Ticketmaster. Over the last 4 decades, WrestleMania has evolved from a made-for-television spectacle to a cultural phenomenon, complete with stadium and arena events, fan festivities, and a premium experience. I remember watching the very first one as a teenager. In addition to the 2-night stadium event, WWE will bring all of its television properties and the 2025 WWE Hall of Fame ceremony to Las Vegas. Joining me right now to help kick off WrestleMania 41 season is none other than the WWE United States champion himself, LA Knight. LA Knight, it's a pleasure to meet you, champ. How you doing tonight?
I'm good, man. I'm hanging out over here in Brooklyn. We got SmackDown here. And, of course, we have WrestleMania coming up, and that's what we're here to talk about. We got tickets on sale now.
It doesn't get bigger than WrestleMania. It doesn't get bigger than Las Vegas. Did you, as a Maryland kid, have any idea whatsoever that life would lead you in this direction?
I mean, not as a kid, that's for sure. But, you know, once I got to college is kind of where I got the inkling of this idea to go wrestle. And, you know, once I did that, this is kind of the aim, was to, you know, I didn't want to do it as, you know, maybe I'll make it. For me, it was like, put everything I can into making this happen. So in a way, no, I but at the same time, it was kind of, this is where I always had my eyes trained.
I remember the WWE back when it was the WWF and how the talent was so very different than today. The athleticism today is unreal. You grew up as a kid during the WWE Attitude Era. What do you remember about that time as just a fan?
I mean, just being large in life. Everybody had a rap. Everybody was able to talk a lot of trash. It was just a good, like, you know, even people that I knew growing up as kids who didn't traditionally like wrestling, all of a sudden they were into it. And so that was always kind of like, oh, okay, wow, now it's like more mainstream. And, you know, my brothers, for instance, who were a little bit more casual, would be like, oh, I just watch for the talking. You know, then it was kind of like that was kind of the big thing, being able to talk and then, you know, backing it up with the matches. So yeah, everybody's a lot more, I would say, athletic now and able to do crazy, flashy looking things. But at the same time, you got to be able to talk and bring the people in, sell the fight, and then get in there and do it.
I find your story remarkable, and if there's anything really remarkable about your story is how humbling it is. You worked at a Ruby Tuesdays. You worked in a lumber mill. You had to drop out of college because of financial issues. You have been at this for a very, very long time. You have not been an overnight success. Did you ever think that you would give up along the way?
No, there's actually no point where I really thought that I would give up, except for during the pandemic, where I was just like, this might really change things on such an enormous level. I don't know that they're going to be bringing people in now when the world's turned upside down. Like, plus, you know, I'm an age where people kind of look negatively at, oh, you know, can he still do it? And it's like, well, yeah, I'm in amazing shape. I can move. I'm moving better than half the guys that I know that are in their 20s. So,
right.
There's no problem there. But with that in mind, you think of the optics of that and everything that was going on. That's really the only time where I really started. Other than that, there was a time or ability for me to doubt. I had to keep pushing because I knew what I was doing was connecting, even on those smaller circuits where it was working. So, no, I had to just keep having faith.
If you're just tuning in, my guest right now is the WWE United States Champion, LA Knight. LA Knight, let's get into WrestleMania 41, Sin City, Allegiant Stadium. Tickets on sale right now. What should we expect? Who should we expect?
Man, well, I tell you what, you're talking about a show that's so big, it's got to be 2 nights. And we're doing 2 nights in Vegas, which is correct. Actually, if I'm honest, WrestleMania is doing 2 nights in Vegas. We're doing a lot more than that because you got Friday night, you got SmackDown. Monday, you're going to have Raw. Saturday afternoon, you're going to have NXT. You're going to have the Hall of Fame Friday night. There's so much happening that weekend. It's going to be action-packed for sure. At the same time, when you talk about what to expect, who to expect, anything can happen. Anybody can show up and be there. Celebrities will show up all the time. But at the same time, it is going to be John Cena's last WrestleMania. He's already announced this. He's called his shot. It's going to be his last WrestleMania. So we know that's going to happen for sure. When you're looking at April, it's going to come at us quick, but at the same time, there's so much stuff that can develop. So who knows where things are going to end up by then.
When you are on that mat and there are literally 10 to 20,000 people around you screaming and yelling and you're in the match, do you hear anyone? Do you see anyone? Or are you just so locked in that you don't notice anyone?
No, I always try and get an eye on everybody as much as I can. And yeah, I mean, you can hear everyone, but at the same time, it's like you can hear the little bits of voices here and there every now and then too. So, I mean, everybody kind of has a voice in that room, which is crazy. Because it's like on TV, especially, you hear pretty much the massive swath of the crowd, basically. But like in there, standing there, you can hear every person. So that's kind of the cool thing about being there live is you really get to be truly a part of the show.
My time is growing short with you, LA Knight, but let me ask you this. Since you can hear the voices, since you are aware of the people around you, since you're obviously aware of the enormity of the event, even at this portion of your career, do you still get butterflies? Do you still get a little bit nervous given the size of the moment?
I don't think there's a way to not have that happen. I feel like anybody who does this, no matter how long you've done it, you always get a little bit of that, a little bit of those nerves just before you go out the curtain. The weird thing about it, though, is as soon as you cross that Rubicon and you go through that curtain, it's all gone. And now it's just time to do the work.
Coming up on April 19th and 20th, be sure to check out LA Knight, who is the WWE United States Champion, and more who will be out there as part of the cavalcade of stars for WrestleMania 41 at Allegiant Stadium. Tickets are now on sale at Ticketmaster. LA Knight, this is our first conversation. I've been a lifelong wrestling fan, WWF, WWE fan. I wish you nothing but success, and thank you so much for coming on the show tonight.
Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. Everybody go get to WrestleMania tickets, and I'll see you there.
It's Later with Mo Kelly. KFI AM 640. We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
You wake up, put on your Ray-Ban Meta glasses. You're living all in. You realize you need coffee. So you say,
"Hey, Meta, how do I make a latte?"
Brew 2 shots of espresso.
after Meta AI gets you caffeinated, you're ready for some beats.
Hey, Meta, play hip-hop music.
You head to meet some friends, but can't remember the place.
Hey, Meta, call Eva.
Ray-Ban Meta glasses, the next generation of AI glasses. Just say, "Hey, Meta," to harness the power of Meta AI. Shop now at meta.com/smartglasses.
Make someone's holiday unforgettable with a Vizio 50-inch 4K smart TV, now just $238 at Walmart. Experience stunning clarity that brings movie marathons to life like never before. With Watch Free Plus built in, enjoy free live and on-demand TV right out of the box. Plus, stream all your favorite holiday songs with the iHeartRadio app. Whether it's a gift for a friend or an upgrade to your own setup, this 4K TV offers impressive features that still fit your holiday budget. Don't wait. Get your Vizio 50-inch 4K smart TV at Walmart for just $238 today.
Can't be home for the game?
Caught for the touchdown!
NFL Plus has you covered with live, local, and primetime games on the go.
What a game he's had.
On your mobile device, you can access live, local Sunday afternoon games and all the primetime action from Thursday Night Football, Sunday Night Football, and Monday Night Football.
Tonight was definitely their night.
Sign up for NFL Plus today at plus.nfl.com. Subscription required for NFL Plus. Terms and conditions apply.